Hello there and welcome to Friendonkey Wrestling Season 2. Season 2 is afoot, coming off the back of a hugely successful WrestleMania. Some changes are afoot and have already taken place, most notably with regards to the schedule, the calendar. 3 brands and 3 brands only remain. That's right, NXT has packed up shop after losing the war against FDW. They figured they're no longer cut out for this. What has also taken place? A draft has happened off screen. That's right, folks, a massive shake-up to the talent pool. All champions of all brands remained where they were, hence why the man on your screen is staring you in the face, Seth Rollins. But there were big shake-ups for Smackdown, Raw, and FDW. You've probably also noticed that you're down to a one-man commentary booth, as Joe has taken a sabbatical, clearly worn out by the antics on the road to WrestleMania, and I don't blame him. It was one hell of a show. But the show keeps on rolling, as it were. Seth Rollins, pardon the pun, as we've got the FDW after WrestleMania. And it's going to be a hell of a show, kicking things off in style with the newly minted FDW Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley, who will be stepping into the limelight first here on FDW, against a debuting Fallon Henley. Now, there was some discussion behind the scenes in Season 1 with me and Joe discussing the signing of Fallon Henley and whether she'd be a good fit for FDW after a stellar performance in the Royal Rumble, I believe. And we figured while drafting, she'd be a good fit. Now, this should be a great way to start Season 2 with the powerhouse FDW Women's Champion stepping up to begin with. Now, this is non-title action, of course. Not that I don't doubt Rhea Ripley's ability to defend her title. This should be a great showcase for Fallon Henley here this evening to step up and show what she's all about. Can she equal or surpass the power of Mami here? Crowd are going to be getting their money's worth this evening. Big shoes to fill, as the women have been the backbone of FDW for quite some time, so the newly shaped women's division has a lot to live up to. And who better to start things off than Doug the referee, as we're off to a flyer. Rhea Ripley already with triple lariats. And a drop kick there to Henley, showing that she is the measuring stick here on FDW. She's nobody's fool, as Doug watches on intently. Big suplex there from the women's champion. And followed up with some stomps. Fallon Henley yet to get any sign of offense in here, as a display of dominance from the women's champion. Now, the road to that championship was hard fought, going through many a competitor on the way to get there. The way she claimed the title at WrestleMania was fairly emphatic. Against the one and only Tegan Knox, of all people. And Rhea just put her in her place. Already going for the cover. Fallon perhaps stunned by the starlight and the bright lights of FDW. Big kick to the outside. And if Henley's not careful, this is in danger of becoming a squash for her on her debut. Not a good look. Big double axe handle to the outside there from Rhea Ripley. Back to the ring now. Ripley just stalking her prey, as Henley looks for the big high-risk tope suicida, but Ripley with it scouted. Don't know what Henley's going to do here. But she's going to have to think of something if she wants her name to be kept in the conversation. A power bomb to the apron is certainly enough to get that momentum back on her side. Henley in control now. Dug up to a count of 4. Henley showing that she also has the power here with a big kick to Ripley, getting her down to the mat. Now Henley's probably going to need to think about getting more offense in before getting for a pin. We know what it takes to take down Rhea Ripley. Perhaps a submission hold might be enough as she just stretches out those muscles, looking to get some damage in, trying to remove any of Ripley's power as much as she can. Henley starting to fight back now, Ripley having none of it. Ripley with a massive scoop slam there, just shifting all of Henley's momentum against her. Carrying with the bit between her teeth. Massive hip toss there as Ripley gets her up for the electric chair drop, spinning around into a powerbomb, but Henley spiking her down to the mat. And was she just playing possum this entire time? Running bulldog there from Fallon Henley. In control, hook to the leg. 2 count there. For the young upstart, looking to make her name for herself here on the purple brand. Coming up for the remainder of the show, we have 2 matches debuting new signings for the men's division, the winners of which will go on to face each other for the #1 contendership at Backlash in 2 episodes' time. Count of 1 now on the outside. It's the women at the collar and elbow tie-up. We also have a stacked main event here this evening, as it will be a champions versus champions match once again, as the tag champions will be stepping into the ring with Seth Rollins and the cruiserweight champion Ricochet, showcasing everything that we're all about here on FDW. Champions not sitting back and taking any time off, getting straight back into the ring. As Henley now looking to take control, Rhea just bum rushing her down to the mat. Ripley looking for the high risk maneuver, taking it to the high rent district. Massive splash there from the top as she hooks her the leg. A 3 count there for Rhea Ripley as her dominance continues. The brutality of Mummy. Now who's this? We all know who that is. It's the one and only Bianca Belair. Another signing to FDW, but clearly taking her shot. Literally in this case, making her presence known. Belair has a history on this channel. We know what she's about. And clearly her intentions. She's got her eyes set on the women's champion. Next up, to determine a potential #1 contender, we have 2 new signings. Of course we do. Big E versus Drew McIntyre. The winner of this match will secure their spot at Backlash to fight the winner of the next match. This should be good. Big E, again, another powerhouse. We're known for our powerhouses here on FDW, as just demonstrated by the women's match. But already Big E's got high hopes for himself. Looking to take his first step to claim championship gold. But that first step is going to be quite the doozy. as he'll be taking on this man, Drew McIntyre. We've seen glimpses of brilliance from Drew here before on Friendonkey Gaming. We know how brutal he can be when backed into a corner. We also know how his hubris can get to him. But has he learned any lessons? He will have needed to if he's looking to pave a road of success for himself en route to the FDW Championship. Both competitors staring at each other intently as Jimmy the referee calls for the bell. And immediately some miscommunication there as Jimmy's right away. That's a bit tired out from his undercover antics at WrestleMania. Drew getting the upper hand, slamming Big E down to the mat, and that aggression of McIntyre already on display. Both these men no strangers to championship gold. But one notch they'd love to add to their little repertoire is the FDW Championship. Many hurdles to overcome en route to success though, as McIntyre with a lariat into the corner there on Big E. Slamming him down to the mat, really targeting the joints of Big E. Looking to remove that vertical base. You can take that away from him, that's half of his repertoire gone. He's really going to have to think about getting some retaliation in against McIntyre, as McIntyre looks to head to the High Rent District. Massive clothesline coming down, and that's just Big E just flattened there. Hook to the leg, 2 count already, and E kicking out at the count of 2.5. Now this is smart from Big E, rolling out of the ring, trying to get himself some space, but McIntyre, like a shark that smells blood, having none of it. E with a quick reversal though. Locking up on the outside. Brilliant showcase for the FDW faithful here this evening. Big E bringing things back to the ring. And slamming McIntyre down to the mat. As Big E demonstrating the power that he has to pick up, deadlifting a man like McIntyre like that, not once but twice. McIntyre's really going to need to dig deep to take down Big E. A few strikes to the legs and limbs aren't nearly going to be enough. Big E with a big Irish whip into the belly-to-belly suplex. McIntyre with it scouted as they're starting to get the bit between the teeth. McIntyre just halting all of Big E's momentum. As he straight back up, McIntyre looking for a just all-away suplex there. Big E with the reversal, kick to the midsection as he looks to take back control. Pendulum swinging in every direction here in this match. McIntyre trying to find himself a bit of space, but caught between a rock and a hard place. E in control and getting those quick kicks in, wearing down McIntyre. Kicks to the chest, taking his wind away, as now he connects with a big suplex. As Big E now looks to go high risk. Gonna need to take down a man like Drew McIntyre. Big double axe handle. This is still anyone's match, and it could go either way. If I had to guess at this juncture, I'd say it's Big E, as he is in control. With a massive power move like that. Good ring awareness from Big E, getting those long legs of McIntyre away from the ropes. McIntyre just with enough breathing room to get his stamina back, catching Big E off guard. 2 count there as Big E kicks out once again, and every kick out Big E gets a little closer to that 3-second turn. You can now start to see that frustration of McIntyre kicking in, quite literally in this case. But he can't let that get the better of him. We've seen it being his downfall so many a time. As E with some quick jabs to the midsection. McIntyre not having any of it, going for the Glasgow kiss. As it's clean in the middle of the ring. There's the 3 count. A game performance from Big E, but Drew McIntyre taking the first step as he secures his position at Backlash. He will be facing the winner of the next match to challenge Seth Rollins for the World Championship at some point down the road. Which man that will be, we'll have to find out now, as hell of a signing for FDW. CM Punk will be going one-on-one with LA Knight. Quite the get here for us here this evening. That really will be a turn up for the books if CM Punk wins this, given the current state of WWE. Signing this man will get many eyes on the purple brand, I'm sure. The crowd already knowing what he's all about. Again, no stranger to championship gold is CM Punk. Both in and out of WWE. Success has followed him wherever he goes. But he'll be going one-on-one with another fan favourite, LA Knight. Again, another successful career. No stranger to championship gold. Seeking to add the FDW championship to his many successes. This is going to be a popular match here, I'm sure, for the FDW faithful. Winner of this match gets Drew McIntyre at Backlash. And that will be phase 2, if you like, on the road to Rollins. But LA not having none of it already with a running Bulldog DDT. Collar elbow tie up. Punk back in control now with Knight in the corner with a big running knee. Into a pull-out lariat. Targeted strikes there from Punk. Punk perhaps already feeling overconfident. There's no harm in a bit of showboating as long as it doesn't go too far. As Punk with a massive toe plate suicida. We're going to take the fight to the outside. Big backbreaker there tonight. And that really is Punk's MO here, it seems. Just targeting the back, trying to remove that element of LA Knight's core. As he systematically takes down LA Knight on the outside. Jimmy up to a 5 count now. Suplex Punk in control, bringing things back to the ring as they should be here on the Purple brand. Punk up to the top rope. For the high stakes, you've got to go high risk. Flying crossbody there brings Knight down to the mat and immediately into a swift hook to the leg. 2 count there from Knight, and Knight is on the back foot. Immediately rolls out as he's starting to get his heat back. Big flare chops there from Punk. Russian leg sweep there. Punk somewhat of a ring general. He's done it all here in this business, and he looks for a flying elbow drop to the centre of LA Knight, and that could be all she wrote, folks. Knight with a second kick out. He's really going to need to think about getting back in control. Off the second rope, but Knight almost mimicking Samoa Joe there. Just stepping out of the way. And here we see the frustration of LA Knight kicking in with some strikes to the head of Punk. Dazed and confused, he hits a big kick. Punk dozing in the corner as Knight bringing him down to ground level. Stomping a mud hole. Crowd firmly on LA's Knight's side, it would seem, as he looks to roll through into a Boston Crab, and that definitely would have caught Punk off guard. Is it enough though? Can he take it away? Kicking out. Smart targeting the legs and lower back there of LA Knight, as he knows full well what Punk's finisher is. He can remove that element. He makes it easier for himself. Punk down to the mat. Can it be? Only a 1 count. That's going to need more than that to take down the Chicago native. Punk, dazed and confused on the centre of the mat. Knight, hook to the leg, and he picks up a huge win. Not the way CM Punk wanted to start things off here in FDW, with a fantastic showing from LA Knight. Crowd on his side, as he has also taken the first step. It will be LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre for the #1 contendership down the road. Ever popular here. But before we wrap things up here on FDW, the FDW after WrestleMania, as I alluded to earlier, we've got a hell of a tag match here this evening, showcasing all the champions, new champions, it must be said. This man sitting atop the mountain, stepping up.
Is a tag team match set for one fall. Introducing first, from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 217 pounds, the WWE Television Champion and the Men's World Champion, Seth Rollins.
I need to let the ring announcer do it justice there, as he is holding both championships, dethroning the ever-dominant Bronson Reed. Seth Rollins doing it in style at WrestleMania. But there's one man with 2 massive targets on its back. It's him, proudly carrying both belts to the ring, having earned both of them. He will fight to keep them, I am sure. Looking to get into tag team action this evening with this man. No stranger to championship gold himself, given what will be firmly strapped around his waist, which is the Cruiserweight Championship. sitting atop the Cruiserweight division. There have been new signings in the Cruiserweight division, and I'm looking forward to bringing you all the new antics from the High Flyers.
Weighing in at 190 pounds, the Cruiserweight Champion, Ricochet!
Absolutely the one and only Ricochet here. A pillar of FDW. But they'll be going up against the newly crowned, after having revived them, FDW Tag Team Champions. Bray Wyatt and Karrion Kross. Let's bring things to the ring now. This should be quite the match here. 4 men, 5 belts. No titles on the line, of course, merely a showcase of everything we're about here at FDW. Who better to call the action than Jimmy? As immediately, for the second time this evening, Jimmy getting in the way, Kross taking control. Now who this match favours? You've got to go with the tag champs, considering it is their style of match and they hold the tag team championships. Seth and Ricochet with a history of teaming with each other. They know each other far too well. Kross firmly in control, tagging Bray Wyatt in. It really is that tag team unity that's going to keep them in charge here. Seth looking to go it alone. And if he can take down Big Bronson Reed, he can take down pretty much anyone. As Wyatt with a massive lariat. Seth must be thinking to himself, really? This man again? Even all the antics he had earlier on in Season 1 with Bray Wyatt. The many faces of Wyatt. Ricochet watching on intently as Bray Irish whipping Rollins into their corner here, firmly in control. Looking to get Seth into a sleeper hold already, just wearing him down. And you got to think any man that can wrestle Rollins down like that. But we know full well that Rollins can power out and have those extra energy reserves when he needs to, hence the big drop kick. Rollins with it scouted now as Wyatt was thinking about a slam. Seth should be thinking about a tag now, and he does so, getting Ricochet in, and the dynamic of the match immediately changes as Ricochet, massively high risk to the outside, but Wyatt almost with it scouted, not done with Rollins. A lot of bad blood there, but Kross now getting into the ring with the one and only. Flying lariat there. Kross towering over Ricochet. Ricochet Regan needed to use his quickness to his advantage here as Kross wrestling down to the mat once again. Swift kick there from the Cruiserweight champion. As he looks to hook the leg. Early doors there from Ricochet, looking to get a quick pinfall, but it's the mind games that come from that. Just being able to put Kross flat on his back, even for 1 second, lets him know that he's not playing games. But neither is Kross, as he just chokes the life from Ricochet. Kross with a big cover now on the Cruiserweight champion. Nearly a 2 count there from Jimmy. The tag champs firmly in control in this match, I must say. Manhandling Ricochet. Not where he wants to be. Ricochet needs to think about getting a tag in here. As the swift flurry and dive to the outside wasn't quite enough. Big spinning punch there. Dazing cross. Collapsed in the centre of the ring. The FDW trademark there, the standing shooting star press. Ricochet with Cross in his corner. Looking for some tag team offense here, or just looking to flex on Rollins a little bit, saying, I've got this. As the world and television champion watches on intently. Ricochet springboard off the second rope, nearly collecting his partner there, but that is just the ring awareness of the Cruiserweight champion. And a second drop kick now. Springboard shooting star press to the outside, and that is why he is the Cruiserweight champion. Outrageous scenes as Cross lays on his own, middle of the ring. An insane senton there from Ricochet as he just tees off on Wyatt, and it's all broken down here in the main event here this evening. Tag champions divided, Ricochet spiking Wyatt on the outside. Jimmy up to a 5 count now. Ricochet needs to think about getting this to the centre of the ring, or risk taking a loss. Bring himself back in. The Cross seems to have Ricochet's number as he gets him up. Big fallout slam there. Big fall and pray as Seth taking his time for the assist there. And could that be the downfall of this makeshift tag team as they are against the combined force of Cross and Wyatt? Double axe handle there, showing that he can play Ricochet's game just as well as he can. And now tagging in Wyatt, giving him a bit of retribution, but Wyatt sees the tag from Ricochet. Great ring awareness as he looks to hook to the leg on Rollins, immediately catching off guard. And we're down to Seth and Bray once again. Neck break there from Wyatt as he drops the elbow on the back. And could this be the moment? Could this be Wyatt's opportunity? As he smacks Rollins to the outside. Measure of revenge on Ricochet for the massive offense on the outside. Looking to drop him on the barricade. Or outside of the ring, I should say. But that momentary distraction has allowed Rollins to get back in control. It's once again the dynamic shifts in favour of Wyatt. Ricochet and Rollins have tried a divide and conquer approach, but it doesn't seem to be working. Perhaps they need to try a more unified assault against the tag champs. Wyatt dragging Rollins back to his feet. Jimmy up to a count of 7. Up to a count of 8. And this bad blood, the history between Rollins and Wyatt, could spell disaster. Count of 9, and we're back to the ring. Collar and elbow tie because Rollins flapjack in the middle of the ring. As he shifts up a gear, and somehow Wyatt, like a leaping salmon, connects with Karrion Kross there and gets the tag, but Rollins with a super kick there sees it. Great ring awareness from Rollins, and I suppose you have to be if you're carrying 2 titles at once. With World and Television Championship. His head is going to have to be on a swivel at all times, not just in this match, but moving forward. He already knows at some point down the road he's going to be facing one of LA Knight or Drew McIntyre for his World Championship, but could there be repercussions from this match? Who knows? As Kross in control, Ricochet with a kip up, bringing Kross down to the mat, and we've seen this from Ricochet as well, able to play anyone's game, not just the high-flying, high-risk stuff. Quick strikes, and again, the swift DDT. Kross having none of it. Able to power through. Once again, a fall and prey. Jimmy now with a count of 1, and Ricochet kicking out at 1. Kross targeting the legs of Ricochet. If he can remove that quickness, the dynamic will shift once again. in the favour of Wyatt and Cross. Just trying to break the ankle of Ricochet now, just tearing away at that Achilles tendon. And again, Ricochet nowhere near his partner, nowhere able to make the tag, the divide and conquer approach. Working wonders here this evening. Ricochet just about getting back to his feet, but you've got to think there's got to be some lasting injury there. With a swift drop kick now, basement drop kick as Cross once again unable to go down. What's it going to take? Ricochet with a power maneuver. Package pile driver there from the Cruiserweight Champion. Can it be? And Wyatt with the save, and that's why they're the tag champions. Ricochet looking to go high risk once again. Has the damage been done? Shooting star press. Could this be? 1 count, 2 count, and 3. Ricochet picking up a big win. And a hell of a showcase for the FDW after WrestleMania, it must be said. I look forward to what's in store over Season 2. We set the ground alight in Season 1. With some fantastic FDW stalwarts. Next week will effectively be the go-home show before Backlash. And there will be some FDW representation at Backlash, as there will many a pay-per-view this season. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you are as well. I will catch you very soon.